Who are you? Where do you work? And what's your role?
Hi, my name is Gabriele Bartolini and I work for EDB. I'm VP and Chief Architect of Kubernetes. And my role is to bring Postgres to Kubernetes. I'm also a maintainer of an open source project called Cloudnative PG and Data on Kubernetes ambassador.
So what are 3 Kubernetes emerging trends or topics that you're keeping an eye on?
Yeah, okay, so first one is databases. I'm a database person, I'm a Postgres contributor, so my interest is to bring Postgres in Kubernetes to the same levels that it used to be outside. Then, of course, the other one is storage. I'm always interested in new storage solutions in Kubernetes because storage is the most critical component in a database. And then also how databases are consumed. So for example, everyone talks about AI, and my goal is to bring the database, for example, with PG Vector, or to make it a vector database so that it can be consumed for generative AI and RAG applications.
One of our guests, David, strongly advised against DIY solutions for running Postgres on Kubernetes, calling them a professional disservice that will lead to technical debt and operational challenges. Have you ever attempted to build a DIY solution for running Postgres on Kubernetes? If so, what challenges did you face? And do you agree with the author's statement?
Oh, well, David is a wise guy. I totally agree with him. I mean, nowadays you cannot even imagine to run a database like Postgres as a container, as another, like a pod or a deployment, okay? So that do-it-yourself solution is not applicable certainly for a Postgres database like Postgres. And the challenge is if you try to do it is, for example, how to manage log files, how to manage monitoring, observability, backup and recovery. These are all things that are kind of lift and shift approach from VM and bare metal into Kubernetes. And we have to do it with an operator, essentially.
David was critical of the let's start small approach for Postgres on Kubernetes, citing examples where it leads to governance issues and technical debt within months. What has been your experience with starting small for Postgres on Kubernetes? Have you encountered similar governance and technical debt issues, or have you found a way to make this approach work successfully?
So, that start small approach nowadays it's unthinkable. Okay, now you have operators like, for example, Cloudnative PG that helps you immediately bypass all these challenges. So my suggestion is to use an operator, and the way I see it is that there's no difference between performance in any let's say results in terms of using Kubernetes, Postgres inside Kubernetes from when you were used to run it outside in VMs or bare metal. So there are no limitations, so I agree that we shouldn't start small, we should just consider Postgres as a first-class citizen in Kubernetes with the aid of an operator like Cloudnative PG.
David was skeptical that even the best Postgres operators in 2024 would be ready for full autonomous operation, emphasizing the need for advanced feature support and some level of human oversight. Do you share the author's skepticism? Have you encountered any operators that have already reached an advanced level of feature support, including security, extensibility, connection handling, and observability, while still requiring some human operation and oversight?
Yeah, so again, he's right. I mean, I'm a maintainer and co-founder of Cloudnative PG, and Cloudnative PG only starts the autopilot level 5, according to the operator capability level framework. So we always need a human being, and there's still a lot to improve there. For example, we are missing major upgrades. Okay, we want to do them in a declarative way. So right now you need human intervention to pretty much create the declarative solution to migrate from a Postgres 15 to 17, but we want to make it declarative with in-place upgrades. Another thing is autoscaler of storage or resources. There are so many areas where we need to improve. And one is extensibility. Postgres is famous for extensibility with extensions like PG Vector, Timescale, PostGIS. But our operator, for example, has a huge limitation that because of the immutability of containers, we need to preload all the extensions inside the base image. But again, we are trying to fix the problem the right way by working closely with Kubernetes and Postgres to improve the way Postgres manages extensions so that we can load them on the fly starting from Postgres 18, hopefully. So for example, we have a patch for Postgres to improve this that we are trying to put in. So again, I agree with him, and in general, we need DBAs. DBAs will not lose their job with Kubernetes. Their job will be elevated. They will be able to do the more exciting stuff and work more closely with the development teams as part of a multidisciplinary team that works across the organization.
Kubernetes turned 10 years old this year. What should we expect in the next 10 years to come?
I think I would expect to have more users coming, and I think in 10 years' time, I think we will be talking about the next Kubernetes. Okay, Kubernetes will be standard, and we will not be talking anymore about how can I run Postgres in Kubernetes. It will be the de facto like VMs is now. And I'm sure we will be, as I say, talking about the next technology that will disrupt the industry.
What's next for you?
Next for me is to keep improving Cloud Native PG and running Postgres in Kubernetes. And I just finished my first phase of bringing Postgres into Kubernetes the way we want it. Now it's time to work closely more with the DBAs all over the world that know Postgres, because we need their expertise and their experience inside Kubernetes to facilitate and grow the adoption of Postgres even more.
How can people get in touch with you?
LinkedIn is the best way, or if you want, you can join the Cloud Native PG Slack channel or the DOK channel and reach out to me over there.